Brother, first of all, thank you for doing this, for finding a little time in your crazy fitness schedule.
No worry. I'm always open and happy to talk about this sport.
It's a pretty cool sport, throwing down on the competition floor with all the different implements. How did you get into the CrossFit scene?
I found CrossFit when I was training in the commercial gym with my friend. We were doing just bodybuilding stuff, and 2 years after doing this, we got bored. And my friend find out the film on the YouTube from the CrossFit Games. He showed this to me, and he said, "You might like this one." And it was the movie when the Rich Froning did some crazy events at the CrossFit Games. I saw this one. What the fuck? I wanna do this, and I wanna look like these guys. So I tried my first workout, and it was amazing feeling that I just worked out 10 minutes and I almost pass out, and I talked to myself that this is what I want to do right now, and I skipped the bodybuilding stuff, and all I wanted to do was CrossFit. So just training, learning about this, because it was when I found out CrossFit, it was in 2012. So we didn't have any CrossFit gym in my city, so any coach. So it was the time when I was learning on myself and trying on my own to get better and better.
Did you do anything before bodybuilding? Did you play any sports or anything like that?
No, nothing at all. And I always was a active kid. So I play sports, but on physical education classes in the school, and nothing fancy. I also, maybe because of that, I'm a little bit stronger than other guys, because since young kid I was working on my parents' farm, because my parents are farmers. So since 8, 10 years old, I just moving things around, just taking this and that, lifting some heavy things. So this might helps me to get a little bit stronger.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? With the manual labor in a young age, kind of growing up, lifting and shifting hay bales at the end of the day and digging holes. It's really interesting to see how the development of an athlete occurs from that. Just from blue collar, just as we would normally do back in the day of just working. But if you grow up on a farm, or you grow up in factories, or you grow up with this is just kind of the way it is, you just lift and shift some stuff, and yeah, essentially you develop into the stronger athlete, and it's quite interesting, because we have that misconception of kids can't lift weights, right? Because it's going to stunt their growth. I was like, well, kids have been lifting weights forever. It's just been called work rather than working out.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people in the world that have no idea about these concerns about kids, weights, and things like that. People are just putting the work since young years, and they are healthy, strong, and live their lives. So yeah, a lot of things about this
In
to
my
say.
personal view, I think it's better to get into the gym that way, like you are training outside of the gym first. You're training with
Yeah,
these weird implements like a sandbag, or, like a bag of cement, or a shovel, and you're kind of digging holes or chopping logs or something. I think that's a better way of getting into fitness, rather than like, oh no, it's all about the scores on the whiteboard, the competition, your output objectively. It's like, no, just do some work, just help your family, do some work, help your friends, have a good time. And then if you wanted to take it a little bit more serious when you get older, then you can do.
exactly. I totally agree with you.
I first came on to yourself because of a crazy kettlebell workout you were doing. And I can't remember
Okay.
what it was, but I was like, holy shit, like this is kind of cool. I think it was like some 232s, just kind of throwing them around like they were butter. And I was wondering, like, is that something that you implement on your training a lot of the time with the kettlebells?
I know maybe at the beginning, yes, because in 2012, beside the CrossFit, I also practiced a lot the kettlebell. I was a big fan of hardstyle training by Pavel Tsasolin, so the strong first things. I practiced that, and maybe because of I have the strength, so the 32 kilograms is not let's say super heavy for me, because I also 100-kilogram guy, so comparison to my body weight, it's not that as much big, but yeah, when I work on my mobility, maybe mostly because of the kettlebells, because some of the movements require a big range of motion, plus my strength, and it came to really cool workouts. And when I started to putting them on the Instagram, on the YouTube, I noticed that it is it is hard for other people, because I got a lot of messages and comments that, oh shit, this is crazy, this is heavy, and for me it was just natural thing, just leave this.
Crazy. Yeah, we used to host a lot of strength first seminars in the gym I used to coach at back home, and it's awesome. Like I think it's such a cool way of training, just you and that kettlebell swinging that bad boy around. It is savage. It can really put
Yeah.
you in a hole, right? And you talk about getting strong, you will get fucking strong with that kettlebell.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect methodology of training for the beginners to
Mm,
gain some, because it's simple, easy, to understand, and effective.
mm.
This is really cool thing to train.
Yeah, and talk about awareness of your body as well, right? Like with a barbell, sometimes you can get around certain things. You can lift it a little bit sloppy, but with a kettlebell, you add momentum in there. It's swinging around the place. You're not lifting that if your technique is sloppy, right? So I found that everyday athletes, GPP, somebody who walks off the street, their body awareness just goes through the roof, and it gets massively jacked up if you just give them a kettlebell, and it's really, really cool to see, like, people being able to actually interact with the world with this body, rather than kind of bumping into things and being a little clunky.
Nice.
So what's next with training, dude?
What's next with my training?
Yeah.
I'm just focusing on training hard for the semi-final in Europe. We have first weekend of June, so all things I'm doing right now is training for this weekend to be able to qualify, because after the quarterfinals, let's say there are 60 people going to the semi-final, and after the quarters I finish on 11th place. So for me it's pretty good. And as we said previously, 11 guys from the Europe will go to the games. So I have in mind that I'm able to finish 11 or higher in this pack of athletes. So this motivates me, to push even harder in my trainings to be prepared as good as I can for this competition. So right now, main focus is on the semi-finals.
First week of June, you say, right? So that's what, 4 or 5 weeks away?
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
still not sure about that.
Sorry, my Siri is talking
Siri
to
wants,
me.
yeah, Siri wants to be
Yeah,
involved.
Siri wants to. Yeah, Siri wants to join. Yeah, few weeks left.
Crazy. How many events is going to be in the semis?
We don't know yet. I don't know yet. I didn't get this information yet, but I know that we will compete on 3 days. Event is 4 days. It starts on Thursday, but in one of emails we got the information that the competition will take place from Friday. So 3 days of competing. Probably there will be 2 events per day, like it was used to on regionals some years ago. So I believe it will be 6 events for us.
That's a lot of working out over 3 days, man.
Yeah, and a lot, but not super lot. There are competitions. There was a competition in 2017. I competed in Dubai, and during 4 days we did 15 workouts. So yeah, it was a crazy volume. And for the events like regionals and semifinals, when we have 2 events per day, it's perfect amount of work to test if this guy is really, the athletes are really fit to be able to qualify, because you can test everything you need, and the athletes are properly tested but not smashed by this weekend.
Yeah, the smashing comes when they go to the games, right? When there's a billion events, sometimes you get a row marathon, and that's just absolutely bizarre. But that's the pinnacle of the sport at the end of the day, and that's what's needed.
Yeah, exactly. This is the main test, so it can be, as hard as it could be. The guys who could imagine, the directors of the games, but the qualifications pieces like semifinal should be, the testing, focus on the testing, not the athlete general performance, not only the let's say I'm using the word, but I'm having in my mind that pain, how we can manage the pain after the first smashing event and so on. So yeah, I hope it will be good test for everyone.
Here's a question: why do you do what you do?
Why I'm doing this? Because since a few years it became let's say the biggest part of my life, because I am running a CrossFit gym right now in my city. So I coach regular athletes mainly. I have some athletes who want to be, competed in the sport of CrossFit as well. I compete since 2014. So 14, 6, almost 9 years.
9, yeah.
So, it's a big part of my life right now, and I still want more. I don't know what it is in this sport, but training this and the sport, the CrossFit, you just can't stop. You just can't stop thinking about the competing, because if you provide a good life to your body, because you sleep well, eat well, take care of yourself, and you stay healthy each year, even if you, let's say, not train on the highest possible level, you are getting better and better in this. So you want to try again and again and again, because for myself, from my perspective, I compare myself only to myself in CrossFit. So each year, each season for me is a benchmark. So if I'm able to still beat this benchmark since from last year, I am trying to do this. And I believe I will try to do this again and again and again.
That's a really cool philosophy, and I like that a lot. People get really mixed up in the competition side, and they look around at different athletes, right? And it's like, no, there's a mirror in front of you, and it's just you from last year, and that's all you're trying to do is just one up yourself continuously over and over again, and then you look back after those 9 years, and you're a completely different person, right?
Yeah, when I compare myself to the guy from 10 years ago when I, start CrossFit, I'm a totally different person. I learn a lot about myself, about the sport, about the competing, about the importance of, different things and what is actually important in my life. So yeah, it's really cool adventure.
Yeah, what I found about CrossFit, right, is, you hear it said all the time, even executed poorly, it still works, right? So if we look at an everyday athlete, right? We pull someone off the street that hasn't really done any fitness before. You're like, cool. It's like, you're going to do this thing, constantly very functional movement conducted at high intensity, relative intensity. 3 times a week. And you're going to do this for 5 years, right? And you're going to give them a high five and cool. You got pretty good coaching. We're trying to strip down and make you move better. And you just do that for 5 years, 3 times a week, nothing crazy. You are going to get better. It's one of those things. It's mental. If you put somebody in a gym environment, a commercial gym environment, and said, okay, I'm going to give you the program, right? So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to give you the program 3 times a week, 5 years. Are they going to get better? Most of the time, you would hope so. But it's got this beautiful effect on people, right? Where I don't know whether it's the movements, I don't know whether it's the community, I don't know whether it's the coach, I don't know whether it's all of those combined, but people just break through those physical and mental barriers, right? Like yesterday was a great example of in our gym here in Auckland. Was they got some athletes jumping over onto the bar and doing like a box bar muscle up, right? Just for the mental barrier of like chucking yourself over that bar is a really crazy thing to do for a lot of people, right? You're a little bit higher up from the ground than you would be walking, and you just see people smash through those mental barriers, and it is so cool to watch. It's a privilege.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the CrossFit is really successful on many aspects, many ways, and this is the mix of everything. The people, the methodology, the place, so the gym, the people inside the gym, the community. It's amazing in this sport. It's really something different and special.
Yeah, it definitely is special. Here's another question. What is the biggest thing that coaching has taught you?
What is the biggest thing in coaching?
That coaching has taught you.
I don't know if I get you good
That's
on
okay.
this question.
Yeah. So what has coaching taught you as a person?
Was a what coaching gives me as a person?
Yeah.
So me as a coach, you are talking about, or?
The other way around, right? So us as coaches, we've got to teach other people, right? We've got to educate them, become better people at the end of the day. So
Yes.
by doing that, what has the people in front of you taught you?
I don't think I got this question. Sorry, because I don't know if this is because of the connection, because I don't barely understand one of the words from this question. Maybe my English is not so good enough.
No, brother, don't worry about it.
I am understanding this like what coaching means to me. What I'm giving for other people. For me, I'm trying to be a good example to the people who come to my gym and want to learn from me or from other coaches from my gym. And the more important thing I'm trying to implement to the life of these people is to just the awareness of the importance of showing up, almost as often as they can, because being around this positive people who put in the work, and all that matters are results and not complaining, just showing up and doing the work. It will change their life. So the other things, for the coaching perspective, is always safety first and doing as less as needed to have good workout and good fun.
The importance of showing up, man. That's a really big point.
I love it. Simple things are perfect. So I was thinking about the CrossFit. This was invented by the guys who were already, let's say, bored about the regular training, and they know about this, that the simple things are the most effective things. So this is the main point of CrossFit. Why this is so good for the people. Despite the constantly varied movements and things like that. But this is just simple thing, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a quote, James Hobart, right? Like, do less better.
Exactly.
Like you got to earn that in earn the volume piece. You've got to be able to do things at a reasonably high standard, and then yes, you can earn the right to add maybe a second workout or a skill piece at the end or a finisher or something like that, right? Like I'm sure you've had it in your gym as well, where you get some everyday athletes coming in and like, okay, what's next, coach? I want to be in here for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. You're like, no, just go really, really hard. We're gonna prime you, make sure you're moving better. We've learned a couple things, great. And then let's go really hard. They're like, yeah, what's next? He's like, no, you shouldn't need anything next because you're gonna be so spent. Just do less better.
Exactly. Focus on the most important thing today, and then come tomorrow.
And then tomorrow.
Again.
Yeah, 100%. It's like a fresh slate, slate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Brother, I got 3 questions.
Okay, let's go.
What is the greatest piece of life advice you've ever received?
Don't think about the end of the road. Just focus on the next corner.
Wow. That's brilliant.
Yeah, this is one of the advices I got from my friend, and I'm, implementing this to almost every project in my life. So you can, put it on the competition, let's say. So I'm not focusing on this competition weekend, on the final standings after the weekend. I know I want to finish this good, but the most important thing I'm focusing right now is what I need to do now today to have good training tomorrow, and after that good training after that, after tomorrow. And I know that day by day I will be able to prepare as good as I can. So I'm focusing on small bricks, just day after day, to live my everyday on the best way that will get me closer to my main goal, and not focusing only on this goal.
Rome wasn't built in a day, right? But they were laying bricks every hour.
Yep.
Don't focus on the end of the road. Focus on the next corner. That's brilliant. I'm going to steal that. I like that a lot. What's the worst piece of life advice you've ever received?
The worst piece of advice. I would need to think more about this because I can't remember any. So I'm mostly surrounded by wise people, and I got only good advices. But the one thing several years ago was because when I started CrossFit, I also work in the company in bank. So it was cool work, cool job, just in my desk, doing some things, making some calls. So it was a safe spot, let's say. And when I started CrossFit, find out CrossFit, I decided to quit this job and start my own business. And a lot of people was giving me advices that don't do this because it's a business. You don't know how this will work for you. You have good job. It's safe. Stay here. So I got a lot of advices like that. Just don't change this. Don't go the other way. My own way, and so I'm happy that I didn't hurt them, and I did what I wanted to do, and I'm really happy about this right now. Almost 8 years since I started my own business, and it's really good. It was a really good decision.
That's awesome, man. I love hearing stuff like that. People taking the leap, the plunge, and be like, no, I'm gonna pursue this thing because this is the thing that I want to do. And you're impacting people's lives. You're helping people become better people. Not just health and well-being. but better people in general, and that's a pretty cool way to pay the bills.
Yeah, of course. And there's a guy in Poland who is running a really big company, and he has some motto, something like that. If you feel that you have everything under control, it means that you are stuck in one place. So you are not going fast enough into your dreams, goals, and things like that. So I like this idea of thinking about the growing as maybe not as an athlete, because in working as an athlete you need to have some things under control, but during the training you just can't stay in your comfort zone, because you won't change your body, you won't push you to be better. And this is the same in life and in business. If you won't push yourself a little bit more, you will stack, or maybe you will grow, but much slower than you actually can. So yeah, also one of the cool advices and way of thinking about the growing.
I like that a lot. How many members have you got in your gym?
Around 25. How is it in English? 250.
Wow, it's a lot.
It's okay. It's a really cool group of people. Freaking good, positive people.
Collection of people just trying to be better in multiple different ways, and push and pull each other to be able to do that. They demand the best from you every single time. And the way I think about it is, we're at the front of that whiteboard, or the TV screen, and they come in and they are giving their all to you, that every single day, every single class, right? And
yeah,
the least we can do is give our all back.
Yeah, exactly. And our success is when they decide to, drop in another day and another day and another month. It means that we are doing a good job.
100%. All right, Chief, we've got one more question. What are the 3 words you would tell your younger self?
3 words
you would tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self. Oh, it's really tough question. It would be, the first one would be this one with the road. Just don't think about the end. Just live your life and be happy about the process, not the ending, the end of the project. Just be happy about the small steps every day. Just this would be the first one. For the others, just maybe not overthink things. Just think a little bit less. Just trust your, this word is missing. I'm really bad in English.
No, brother, it's okay, man. We'll try Polish next time.
Okay.
I'll learn some Polish.
Okay, so cool. We can speak in Polish. It will be
We'll do that
a little bit, a lot easier. So yeah, I would just advise to my younger self that you should take more action than thinking, because I was the guy who was really think a lot. Should I do this or that? Is this a good idea or maybe not? And right now, what I learned is to just, sometimes maybe this is stupid, but I'm deciding to do something, and after that I'm thinking, it was smart. I don't know, but at the end, yep, I'm happy about almost all decision I took in my life. So yeah.
Amazing, bro. Thank you so much for your time, man. This is an honor and a privilege.
Thank you also for this conversation. It was really good. Nice.
Thank you, bro. This is Jacques, right?
Sorry, what?
Is Dziękuję, thank you in Polish?
Yeah, you have really strange accent for Polish. In Polish, we said dziękuję.
Dziękuję. Well, I got a strange
Dziękuję.
accent in English anyway, so you know, I'm trying here, Bron. I'm trying. Dude, I just want to say thank you, man. This is a real privilege, and good luck on June. We'll stay in touch, and we should do this again sometime.
Thank you. It was really nice talk.
I'll come drop in into your gym when I'm back in Europe.
Oh, of course, feel free to drop in.
Thank you, brother. All right, speak soon.
Speak soon.
Bye, everybody.